In shadows I wander, streets cold and long. Voices in the distance, where do I belong? Seeking warmth, a door left unbarred, a place where I can reveal every scar.
Earlier this century, humanity teetered on the brink of obsolescence, ensnared by our own divisions and the inertia of ignorance. Yet it was the audacious spirit of the rising generation, coupled with the steadfast resolve of everyday citizens, that altered our fate. In the wake of the tragic loss of Tvelok Nirmax and his remarkable wife, a granddaughter of Glialru, whose assassination had once deepened our chasms, something extraordinary occurred. The bullet that struck them ignited a spark of kinship among us, shattering the barriers of separation. In that moment of shared grief, we stood united. We finally recognized that our similarities far outweighed our differences. What had once felt like insurmountable despair transformed into a collective determination to heal our planet. Today, we breathe the air of a reborn Earth, and it is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit when it embraces compassion over conflict. Dr. Egon Phoenix, New York Template, editorial, June 18, 2042.
Laia was getting clear answers to her questions, rather than the subtle undercurrents that left her confused far too frequently.
What if a couple decides they're not compatible at the end of their seclusion?
She asked.
Deity makes the union right. Estolians know if they follow the dictates of deity, there is no chance the marriage will fail.
Rhea said.
And what do you think about that?
Laia asked her. She often got the sense that Rhea was looking at her own faith with evaluating, measuring eyes, as if looking for flaws and faults within it. Did Rhea believe what she was saying? Or was she merely parroting words she had learned over the course of her life, words she was actively weighing? Rhea's voice was firm when she responded.
Laia, it is true.
She shared some additional details about the events leading up to her union with Zeri, emphasizing her concerns about the education of young Estolian women.
But, from what I have seen of the greater world, I believe Estolia is at risk if the women do not receive additional instruction in the faith. And Uncle Zeke agrees with me. Once Nico has finished his seclusion, he will become the leader of the faith, and Uncle Zeke will retire. He has promised to work with me to develop an education program for young women, very much like the Acolyte Year for young men.
That sounds exciting,
Laia said. It must be nice to feel like one had a purpose in life, to fulfill a need and make a difference to society.
I have been meaning to ask you, Laia, whether you would be willing to be a part of our first year. The best way to learn about foreign languages is total immersion. I believe it is the same for our faith.
Laia felt as if a heavy weight just lifted off her heart. This was something she could focus on. It would give her breathing space, particularly if it took a full year, and she would be helping Rhea as well.
I would love to be a part of that,
Laia said.
I'm very grateful for the way your family has taken me in. I have never in my life felt such a sense of belonging.
I'm glad you feel that way. I too feel like you belong here.
Rhea glanced out at the couple speaking by the fountain.
Estolia has always been good at making women from other nations feel comfortable here.
But not men?
Laia guessed, noting a hesitant tone in her friend's voice. Rhea shrugged. She had a pensive look on her face.
Not always. Many Estolian women marry and move away from the island to one of the other Estolian communities around the globe. But I want Zer to be happy here, to want to live here in Estolia.
She sighed and glanced once more at the couple by the fountain. Laia did not know how to respond.
I think given the choice,
she said hesitantly,
I would remain here in Estolia my whole life. It's hard to believe anyone would not want to live here.
I was speaking with my Aunt Kedrin,
Rhea said slowly,
and she told me that what really matters is not how anyone else feels about living here. It is not about your feelings or Kenzie's or even Zera's. It is a choice each couple needs to make as a marital unit. Deity knows our hearts and will not make us unhappy. Zer will only wish to stay if it will make him happy. And I will only be happy if I am with Zera.
Spontaneously, Laia embraced Rhea, hoping with all her heart that Rhea would discover happiness in her future with her new husband. A tap on the door was followed by its opening, and Rhea's father, the former king, stepping into the room.
How are my beautiful twin daughters doing?
We were admiring Kenzie. She is so right for Nico,
Rhea said.
although I doubt he would have chosen such a flamboyant woman without a little push from deity.
His voice was solemn.
Your mother worries for him. She's afraid Kenzie will reject him. His heart is tender.
Kenzie loves him.
Rhea said with certainty.
I have no doubts, father. They will wed, and Estolia marches towards completion of another successful transition.
She searched her father's eyes before saying,
You must be quite proud to be a critical part of the success of our nation.
It is easy being king. My greatest joy was stepping down, safe in the knowledge that your brother, Leon, would take good care of Estolia.
He shrugged and changed the subject to ask his daughter,
After several months attending university in the States, what are your thoughts about our nation?
She moved away from the window and sat in one of the comfortable chairs. Once Lyra and her father joined her, she said,
I believe I was in shock the entire first month. Luckily, the Estolian family I was living with helped me adjust. The motivations of people who do not have the guidance of deity and the comfort of the continuity of our history is unfathomable.
Do all Estolians attend university in the United States?
Lyra asked.
Not at all, though it has been a favoured destination in the last 100 years or so.
Rhea's father said.
They attend university in a number of locales. Even those disinclined to spend much time away from Estolia tend to get a 2 or 4 year degree in Barcelona, Mallorca, or Menorca. Every Estolian is granted a 4-year scholarship to attend university if they wish.
After a lengthy pause, he changed the subject again.
Well, ladies, I just stopped by to remind you that tonight we will celebrate Nico's birthday. As I understand it, the dressmaker enjoyed creating dresses as if you truly are twins. I hope the two of you do not mind indulging her whim.
I always wished I was a twin.
Rhea enthused.
Please thank her for her efforts.
Several hours later, Lyra and Rhea were finished dressing and preparing for the evening. They stood next to one another and looked at their reflection in one of the antique mirrors. She and Rhea looked nearly identical, aside from the color and shape of their eyes and the texture of their hair.
I heard Max and Nico talking earlier.
Lyra said.
Nico was saying he was glad he would be done with his seclusion in time for the party the night before Max turns 30. Is that the way it is always done here?
Rhea nodded.
Men believe the best possible way to spend their 30th birthday is in bed with their Kaylee. A long time ago, they started celebrating their 30th birthday the night before. Eventually, it became tradition.
Lyra felt a stab of jealousy.
Will Max choose someone?
She couldn't finish the thought out loud. Rhea shrugged.
I think, Lyra, that you could capture his attention if you tried.
Lyra stared at Rhea in shock.
You don't mean...
She broke off in confusion.
Yes, Lyra, I do mean what you think I mean. You are a virgin, yes?
At Lyra's nod, she continued blithely.
All you have to do is seduce him on his birthday and he will be yours.
Rhea!
I jumped on Zer once I knew how right we were for one another. Even though he was not yet convinced about our faith, I captured him completely.
Lyra looked away from Rhea. Lately, her dreams had included that theme, seducing Max and somehow tying him to her.
Just do not dismiss the notion.
Rhea said.
Oh,